Welcome back to Cali X Boxing 2.0. No fanagers only. Your fanager talking points at the door. Jaime Munguia versus Sergiy Derevyanchenko this Saturday. And Derevyanchenko is a step-up opponent for Jaime Munguia, and there lies the problem. Derevyanchenko was once a really good fighter, and we'll see what he has left on Saturday, but he's dropped 4 out of his last 6 fights. More on that in a minute. The boxing public has just expected Jaime Munguia to move faster. At this point, we've expected the big name on his resume a decade into his career, and it's just not there yet. But the positive about this fight, the value that Derevyanchenko does bring to the table, is he's never been stopped, and he has 4 quality losses. His only 4 losses are all quality. Carlos Adames, Charlo, Triple G, Danny Jacobs. So Derevyanchenko, although not the guy he once was a couple years ago, now 37 years old, he still serves as somewhat of a barometer opponent, common opponent to other top middleweights. And from what I'm hearing, this fight is doing well at the box office. It should do a good live gate, which once again proves that Jaime Munguia is a draw. And this should be an entertaining fight early on, as Jaime Munguia does give up rounds. Look at that Jimmy Kelly fight. Against inferior opposition, he will give up rounds early until he figures out his opponent and overwhelms them as the fight goes on. He's an action fighter. And this is my frustration as a boxing fan. Being an action fighter, it doesn't matter if he wins or loses, so you can be aggressive with his career. We just haven't seen too many Arturo Gatti-type fighters come along in the 15 years since Arturo Gatti has been retired from boxing. That's one of the frustrating parts about the modern era, is these action fighters who would qualify for such a position haven't been active enough, and they haven't been matched properly in order to be in consistent fight of the year type candidate fights. But one of the key ingredients that made Arturo Gatti so popular with the boxing public that people seem to miss is he occasionally stepped up and fought tough fights that everybody knew he was going to lose, i.e. Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya. He could have fought the Thomas Daumgarts of the world for $2 million per fight, but he didn't. He stepped it up because he knew he had to in order to see how great he was. Thus, the boxing public was forgiving of him and his losses. Thus should be the case with Jaime Munguia. Look, give us entertaining fights, action fights. You've already done that, but occasionally Jaime Munguia needs to start stepping up and facing top competition at around 160 and 168. But as far as this fight with Sergiy Derevyanchenko, he's a 5.5 to 1 favorite coming in. And I actually think Derevyanchenko is undervalued there. I think this is going to be a tougher fight than people expect, particularly in the first half of the fight. So Jaime Munguia finally gets it going against the older opponent. But Derevyanchenko's tough. He's a tough out. Don't sleep on this fight. Munguia will be in another action fight. This will be closer than people think. And Munguia will entertain once again. Teofimo versus Josh Taylor will be an all-action entertaining fight. And I think this one will be as well. We got a fun night Saturday night.